Welcome back again, guys. Okay, so I played not just a little bit. I played pretty much all night in the arena. I played all night with the stream on Twitch. We had a bunch of people playing. We tried every single mode. Unfortunately, though, I don't have all the footage yet ready to be shown for every mode. Actually, I fucked up one of the recording, unfortunately, but I still have plenty of footage. But I can talk about pretty much every game mode at the moment. So I decided to start, with the bread and butter, the duels. So I picked up one of the better opponent we got because they were actually few and far betweens. We had, I would say, pretty much two good. We encountered two good player the whole night for duels, and we did not lose a single duel throughout the whole night. About 5-6 hours of gameplay. Not just doing duels, though. We mainly did 3v3s, which is what I'm going to be showing here mostly. I think, honestly, I've had the most fun doing 3v3s, team matches. It was a mix of people from chat and some randoms. It was actually a lot of fun. It was pretty chaotic, as you would imagine. For the most part, the projectiles were not too much of an issue for me, but I've noticed a few times when we had like a good caster on our team, and then I was doing the great bow thing, and there was some matches where we were like just steamrolling some poor people, and I'm waiting for people to do it to me, pulling off the like all the stops, dragon breath, all the spells and whatnot, to see how the open map holds up, because I think we're gonna need to have some new maps with some real cover. You're seeing the pillar here, obviously, but it's really the same map, the Coliseum, like 3 times. There's not really that much cover to take refuge from anyone spamming projectile, or any 2 people spamming projectile. I saw a lot of wave of gold throughout this stream. It was not that problematic, surprisingly, but ultimately, these 3v3s, man, they're so much fun. I actually forgot like how much fun team arena matches are. I used to do a ton of those in Dark Souls 3. The arena, the setting is pretty much the same. So if you have some friends, if you want to play with a streamer, honestly, it's probably the most fun activity that Elden Ring has to offer right now. So I think the outlook on the patch and on the update, the arena and everything, I think it's very positive. It's just a lot of fun. If you're curious about the changes that 1.08 brought, I made a video about that just a few hours ago. I'm going to be linking it in the description to those of you who have not seen it. But as far as the arena is concerned, honestly, I think we have some good bases here. I would not call it the all in all, best thing ever. I think there's still, like I said, we could have some tweaking here and there, and we could add some new maps as well. But even as it stands right now, like, it's just a ton of fun. Now, I know a lot of people are curious about the Pokemon battles, the spirit summon kind of thing. I queued for a lot of Spirit Summon arena matches, and I'm gonna be honest, it was by far the least popular mode. Really not that many people seem to be queuing up for the arena for Spirit Summon matches. As you would expect, really, these Spirit Summon thing are... it's a bit of a gimmick. It's the kind of stuff you're gonna do like a few times, and then you're gonna go to normal fighting. So I think it's nice that they added the option to turn it on or off, because I don't think this is gonna be like a mode that's gonna stand the test of time. But it's fine. It doesn't need to. We also tried the 2v2s, the 1v1 brawls, the free-for-all, 2v2, 3v3, pretty much every mode, yeah. Pretty much every mode. The 1v1 brawl were probably the saddest out of them all, because I think we did three or four 1v1 brawl, And I think either if we did 3 brawls, 2 people like not quit but gave up on us, and if we did 4, 3 people gave up on us. So playing the same opponent with respawn over and over and over again, it's fine if it's someone you know and you guys are both like on a similar skill level. But if you're fighting like new players or poor randoms and you have experience with these games, it's not that enjoyable. You're just gonna stomp the same poor guy for like whatever amount of time these matches last. So honestly, I would not really recommend the 1v1 brawl with respawn unless you're playing with someone you know. Fighting randoms in this mode was a bit of a letdown, and it felt like just straight up bullying and not even worth showing. I have some clips, but it's just some poor PvEers getting stomped and eventually giving up. So those were not really great. As far as the free-for-all went, it was about as you would expect, very chaotic. Not necessarily my favorite, but I could see some people enjoying it. Again, to me, it feels really like the place to be for these arena matches is either 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3. This is where the bulk of the fun was for me personally, and maybe that has something to do with the fact that I get to play with people in stream. I get to play with you guys, so that's also an extra amount of fun. We did not put the password for these, so how I like to do these usually is I don't put a password and I just let anyone join in. So usually we still get people from the chat because everyone's trying to queue at the exact right time to play together. But we also get some randoms, so there's always some wild cards thrown in there. In these team matches, we've also had the chance to see a lot of different, a lot of different builds, yes, but a lot of different weapons that have been affected by the recent changes. And at first glance, a lot of the things I thought felt more viable, and a lot of the changes they made seemed to actually have a positive impact on the overall feel, the overall feel of the experience. Like playing against all these people with using different weapons and whatnot, like the Ultra Greatsword buff felt a lot better. I know they over-nerfed it before, but it seems like that rebuff kind of brought it to a nice level where the Ultra can still compete again now. So it's nice that they brought a weapon back from what we thought was dead forever. The nerf also that they did to Trusting Sword, at first glance seems very, very harsh. It definitely does not have the same purpose as before, but I still think it has a use case. Although it's a lot weaker than what it once was. And then there's the Heavy Thrusting Sword that got hit pretty hard as well. I saw a lot of those in the arena. Heavy Thrusting Sword's still a pretty damn good weapon, regardless of if it combos or not for the jump attacks, and even with the slower crouch attack. Because to be honest, honestly, I don't think the nerf to the crouch attack for Heavy Thrusting Sword was needed. I really agree though with the nerf to the jumping attack combos. That's a very good way to nerf the weapon. But all in all, if you were a Heavy Thrusting Sword player, chances are the crouch attack for Heavy Thrusting Sword was not really your bread and butter, so that change is not gonna affect you too much, I think. So the weapons that got nerfed, the good news is I think are still viable. So that's not something we could have said before. And then there's also some massive indirect nerf to weapons like Great Lance or any weapon that really relies on crouching attacks. And the form, or like this came in the form of the crouching attack, or the crouch does not regen your stamina anymore. So there's a big difference there. Before, you could get like one hit with the Great Lance, and then you could keep pressuring afterward, get another crouch mix up, get another hit, and then you could keep repeating that cycle over and over, because every time you crouch, you would regenerate your stamina. So yes, it cuts down on the aggression, but in a sense, it actually it's an honest nerf to weapons like Great Lance and pretty much any other weapon you can think of that heavily relied on crouching attacks for pressure. So instead of being able to mix up someone from full health to none, it's going to be very hard to get more than 2 crouching attack mix-ups on someone because you're going to be low on stamina afterward. Yes, you can still manage your stamina, but keep in mind that when you're hitting someone, your stamina depletes, and the person you're hitting, their stamina is still regenerating. So by the time you get one hit on the person you're fighting, their stamina is already back to full, and your stamina is in the process of being fully depleted without regenerating back. So this nerf is actually pretty significant in practice. It really means that one mistake, like if you get caught once by the Great Lance, they can no longer mix you up to death. So depending on when the like the lances hit, you know, if you already had low stamina, you might only be able to get like one mix-up in afterward. But yeah, those are some of the impressions that I got, you know, first glance with the arena. Really enjoyed it. Again, I would highly encourage you guys to try it out. Encourage you guys to check it out on Twitch. There's a ton of people streaming it. Have fun with it. Check it out. Tell me how you like it, and I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care.